We have so much going on thanks to the usurping ineligible foreigner in our White House. This story caught my eye. Headline: Manchurian Now Owns Your Children by Dave Hodges. As of January the 1st, 2014, you no longer have sovereign authority over your children. Officials from the so-called Affordable Care Act, i.e. the Unaffordable Care Act, ridiculously so-called Obamacare. Yikes! Oh my God, what a freakish-looking horse face. Sorry, but that gruesome thing doesn't look quite normal. Actually, ghastly if you ask me. The terrifying horse face is supposedly involved. I imagine just to ensure that they completely screw up the children of some poor souls who are afraid to fight back. I can't believe this. We used to put something like that out to scare the birds off. Why would anyone allow this hideous witch get into their health records? Haven't you had enough yet? Okay, back to Dave Hodges. You are now eligible for Soviet-style family intervention in the following situations. Number 1, families where the mom is not yet 21. One would think that the same rules apply to a woman more than twice that age, who should know better, say a 50-year-old slut, where the entire world can see just how much class she has. I don't care whether any first lady is black, striped, or polka-dotted, but she should be a lady. This hoochie is squatting in our White House. Attention! Big Bertha just made it in on her broom. Big Reed. I've never seen this ugly fat face before, and I do understand why a thing like this dislikes a beautiful woman like Sarah Palin.
In Pretenders tonight, a very Palin Christmas. Sarah Palin dropped by Fox and Friends to promote her manifesto on Christmas purity. She brought a treat better than Christmas cookies: family photos. Not so fast, Palin. We learned some important lessons on Monday about all the Arbor activity in those pictures. I even had to break out the good book. Not hers, of course. Certain parts of the Bible also appear to preach against, let's say, Christmas trees.
Number 2, families where someone is a tobacco user are targeted. I don't smoke, never have, but this is an outrage. Think anyone will see a problem with the community organizer buffoon masquerading as P? Well, I like that. The putz not only chain smoke, but he has boyfriends working where children live. How forward and cool, all with taxpayer money to the tune of $109K. You all know just what this criminal did with Reggie when they watched Americans murdered in Benghazi. Grow a spine, you bootlicking toadies. The intellectually challenged always give their blessings, since at least Barry is not fooling around with a woman. He can kill as many boyfriends as he likes, but he's a good family man who always spends at least a few minutes with his daughters for a photo op. In addition, the rule writers don't have a problem that Barry spends most of his time with criminals. The man he cavorts and plays golf with in Hawaii right now was arrested for prostitution. A single mother would lose her child if she were to choose that path. This is so heinous, especially since his own mother was quite a floozy, with nude pictures of her floating around all over the net. The schools are forced to teach homosexuality to kindergartners, who are usually around 5 years old. Not that I believe it is the government's job at any age. No one should allow that. Stop being scared witless, you cowards, and fight them. From what I've seen, Representative Trey Gowdy is most likely the only one with a spine. Number 3, families of children with low student achievement and developmental delays or disabilities. Does anyone believe the public would ever find out whether their kids have developmental delays and or disabilities? Heck, most of America has no idea from under which rock their father, if he is their father, crawled out from. They only know that all of his papers are forged. I just cannot believe that so many Americans who thought they were brave in reality are really simpletons and no longer free. You allowed this arrogant, self-centered, foreign son of a bitch with no discernible credentials, a criminal past. You allowed an imbecile to fool you. He's destroying the military, international and domestic relations, our industry, resources, our capabilities for self-sufficiency and self-reliance. Jobs are outsourced. You're lucky if you can get a part-time job. Your gullible stupidity cost you a once great nation. And you wonder why the rest of the world thinks you're stupid. I have never seen so many morons cheer for their own demise. How can you allow a dumb sock puppet to destroy America? Yes, people were fooled in the past by a smooth-talking Hitler. But Germany didn't have computers and the ability to educate themselves via the net. And judging from the Christmas card of their almost 14-year-old, looks like she can't write cursive, but if their peers can't read cursive, it probably doesn't matter. Thanks to the criminals in Washington, any crook can be nominated and elected. It shows you just why America is so far down in scholastic ability worldwide. And by the way, the Muslim was elected by the Diebold machines. I'm tired of fools claiming how eloquent he speaks. Take away his teleprompter and you have a bona fide, functionally illiterate, stuttering idiot. Number 4. Families with individuals who are serving or formerly served in the armed forces, including such families and members of armed forces who had multiple deployments outside of the U.S. Might that include Malia and Sasha's father, who started his career being a prostitute drug mule in Pakistan, being paid by older white men? My goodness, America, have we come a long way when there were real generals and real lawyers with actual degrees and licenses. I get the giggles when someone tries to convince me he was the P of a university. They have no idea that Barry was a high-paid hooker. These same morons are also convinced their hero killed a dead man, Osama bin Laden.
It is the duty of every Muslim to keep striving until all governments have been converted to Sharia law.